I am very excited today to teach you about chicken pot pie with green bean almondine. This is a delicious meal to make, and if your family cannot finish the entire dish, it is wonderful the next day as well. So this week's bundle, your pot pie filling is going to come in a quart container. We're showing you this panoramic view of lots of different cooking vessels that your pot pie can be made in your home. So with all of these different choices to cook your pot pie filling in, once you find the one that you like the most, and I will note that a 9 by 13 is going to be too big. So you're going to want to make sure that it's like an 8-inch or a 10-inch cooking vessel. 9 by 13 is going to be too large. Okay, now to the pot pie. So we're going to preheat your oven to 400 degrees, and I suggest cooking your pot pie on a cookie sheet or sheet tray just in case if anything bubbles out. It's not going to go on the bottom of your oven and burn. It's going to be contained on another sheet tray. So using your pan spray, you're going to grease your pan of choice and add your pot pie filling. Another helpful note is for your pot pie filling to maybe be pulled out about 45 minutes before you start cooking this dish. That way it's not super cold and the filling is having to heat up before it starts to cook the puff pastry. If you find yourself making this meal and you're like, oh no, the filling is still super cold, no problem. Once you get to this step of putting your filling inside the cooking vessel, just pop it in your preheated oven for about 5 minutes just to remove the chill, and then continue with the process of making your pot pie. So first of all, once your filling is in your pre-greased pie plate, you're going to take the egg that's in your bundle and whisk it up until it's nice and yellow all the way through. Your puff pastry is also going to want to be at room temperature. So you place your puff pastry over the top of your filling. So at this point you're going to take your egg and you're going to coat the top of the puff pastry with egg wash. This keeps it from drying out, and it also gives it a nice golden texture. Then I'm going to take a knife and I'm just going to make a couple of slits on the top. This is decorative, and it also serves the purpose as allowing steam to leave the center of the pot pie as it bakes. So we're going to put that in our oven that's been preheated to 400 degrees, and that is going to bake for about 20 minutes. So while that's baking, we're going to start our green bean almondine. You have a couple of cloves of garlic inside of your bundle this week. And you're going to take that and cut it on the bias as thinly as possible. So once your garlic is sliced as thinly as possible, you're going to take your lemon and cut that in half as well. That's going to be your finishing touch to your green beans. And come over to your saute pan and turn that on medium-high. You're going to drizzle a little olive oil in the bottom of your pan. Wait a few seconds until it's nice and hot, and then add your garlic. So once you add your garlic and it starts to sizzle, please make sure that you're moving it constantly, because the garlic is sliced so thinly it will also burn pretty quickly. And you're going to just let that simmer down in the olive oil for just a couple of seconds before adding your green beans. You're going to add your green beans and you're going to cook, stirring pretty constantly for anywhere from 7 to 10 minutes, just depending on how well done you want your green beans. If you start to notice things cooking a little bit too fast, you can turn your heat down and add just a touch of water, and this will help steam out the rest of the cooking time. I'm going going to season it with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Then as you get closer to the end time of the cooking process, you're going to juice that lemon over the green beans, tossing it around, and this just gives the green beans a little zing. It makes them taste a little different. You're going to add your toasted almonds at this point. A little bit more olive oil. You can also add a pat of butter at this point, just depending on your cooking style. And just stir that around until everybody is evenly heated and nicely combined, and then you're all set to put it inside of your serving dish. And that's it. Your green bean almondine is all set to go. So once your pot pie is nice and bubbly and brown on the top, anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes of cooking time at 400 degrees, take that out and serve it along with your green bean almondine, and we hope that you enjoy.